Hello students, with the greetings of the day, I welcomes you all in the online classes. Students, this is our last video for the first chapter of geography. Students, in our previous lecture, we are discussing about the land degradation. In that video, we started the definition of land degradation, but due to some technical fault, the next part, that is the human activities that result in the land degradation, we could not able to discuss. So students, in this video I am discussing about the human activities that result in the land degradation. First, that is over irrigation. Over irrigation, it is the most, you can say, persisting problem, especially in the state of Haryana and Punjab. And due to over irrigation, it leads to water loss, as well as not only the water loss, it is also responsible for the leaching of the nitrogen and other micronutrients in that particular soil texture, and it ultimately leads to degradation of the land as well as the fertility of that particular land. Next one is overgrazing. Overgrazing problem, most common especially in Rajasthan and Gujarat, and overgrazing leads to soil compaction, decrease in the water retention power of that particular soil. It's also increase the salinity and the loss of the some important nutrition, particular nitrogen in that particular soil. So it is also activity will result in land degradation. The last one is over mining. Over mining, it is also a really important activity which result in the land degradation. Students, especially in the states of Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, because you know that these two states is full of mineral resources, and due to these mineral resources there is a problem of over mining. So students, we discuss all the activities which result in the land degradation, starting from the over irrigation to overgrazing and ending to the topic of over mining. Students, now we will discuss about the solution of the land degradation. Students, these are the solution for the land degradation, and it is starting from control on over irrigation, overgrazing and mining. It means that here we have to apply the concept of sustainable development. Next one is afforestation. For stopping of land degradation, afforestation is the key factor. Next one is proper management of the wasteland. So these are the solutions, important solution to overcome the problem of land degradation. Students, now we will discuss our next topic, that is soil as a resource. Student, soil is a renewable natural resources, and soil supports flora and fauna in many ways. Students, I give you a certain assignment regarding soil profiling and as well as the types of soil in India. I hope that you have all done it, and if you have not done it, then please come. with your proper assignment completion. Otherwise, you will unable to understand the types of soils, because I am not going to discuss much on it, because I have already given it to you in that particular assignment. So you need to complete before listening this. I will just give a certain glimpse about the topic of soils. Students, on the basis of physical and chemical properties, and its soil divided on the main six parts in India. First one is the alluvial soil. Alluvial soil supports paddy and wheat. Black soil suitable for the growth of the cotton. Red and yellow soil develop on the igneous rocks, especially in the Chhattisgarh and Odisha. Laterite soil suitable for the cultivation of tea and coffee, found in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Assam. Arid soil, high salt content, and is found in the western region of the Rajasthan. And forest soil, as in the name it is clearing that it is mainly found in the rainforest regions, and the texture of the soils differ according to the physical condition of that particular region. So for this I will show you a map related to the soil texture in India. In this map, first we discuss about the types of soils. These are the different types of soils which I described in this figure, and this is your homework, students, that on the basis of this map you design roughly on your notebook, describe the features of different six soils in India along with that particular region where we found that particular soil. So this is your homework and you need to complete it. Students, now we will discuss about the topic, most important topic in terms of examination. And not only for the 6th class, not only for your 10th class, in of your coming future, if you were going to prepare for IAS and different type of civil service examination, this topic is really important. So the topic is the soil erosion. Soil erosion in Hindi it is known as Mrida Apardan. So the wearing away of a field's topsoil by the natural physical processes like wind and floods is known as soil erosion. Students, for the agriculture purposes and for the different human activities which ultimately leads to the production is only depends on the topsoil. It means that topsoil means 1 to 3 feet. I am not sure about the data, but it is about 1 to 3 feet. And this is one of the most important for the agricultural production. And if the topsoil eroded by the different physical features, then it ultimately leads to degradation of the soil. And here the degradation means loss in fertility, and there is a loss in fertility of soil, then it automatically leads to less agricultural production. So topsoil is really important for the work of agriculture. Students, now we will discuss about the types of soil erosion, that is sheet erosion and gully erosion. Students, first we discuss the gully erosion. Gully erosion is the removal of soil along the drainage lines by the surface water runoff. Once started, gullies will continue to move by headward erosion or by slumming of the side walls unless steps are taken to stabilize the disturbance. Students, मुझे लगता है कि आप लोग दिल्ली के लिए ज़रूर गए होंगे बाय ट्रेन, और अगर आप ट्रेन से कभी जाएंगे तो मुरैना और धौलपुर के पास जहाँ पर वो आपको चंबल रिवर मिलती है, तो वहाँ पे आपको बीहड़ मिलेंगे। और ये जो बीहड़ थे वो पुराने डकैतों के महत्वपूर्ण स्थान थे जहाँ पर वो छुपा करते थे। वहाँ आप देखेंगे कि छोटे छोटे आपको पहाड़ दिखाई देते हैं, उसमें छोटी छोटी गलियाँ दिखाई देंगी आपको। तो जो ये जो बीहड़ हैं, दे आर द इम्पोर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ गली इरोजन। और ये चंबल का बीहड़ आपका वर्ल्ड फेमस है, क्योंकि यहाँ की जो नदी चंबल है उसने सॉइल को इरोड किया है। एंड दैट इज़ रियली इम्पोर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल फॉर द गली इरोजन। अगर आप लोगों ने नहीं देखा है तो जब भी आप जाएं तो ध्यान दीजिए, मुरैना से धौलपुर के बीच, यू विल फाइंड इट हेयर। नेक्स्ट वन इज द सीट erosion. Seat erosion is the uniform removal of the soil in thin layers by the forces of raindrops and overland flow, and it can be a very effective erosive process because it can cover large area of sloping land and go unnoticed for the quite some time. So in this image you can able to see what is a seed erosion is. Students, now we will discuss how to stop soil erosion. So there are some methods, that is contour ploughing, strip cropping and shelter belts. So now we will discuss one by one on this. First we start contour ploughing. Contour bounding or contour forming or contour ploughing is the farming practices of ploughing and or planting across a slope following its elevation to the contour lines. Students, if you have visited any hill station like Nainital, Mussoorie, Himachal, where you will find this type of practices of agriculture. And it's really important not only in the terms of agriculture production, but it's also stop soil erosion. Next one is strip farming. Strip farming is a method of farming which involves cultivating a field partitioned into a long narrow strips which are alternated in a crop rotation system, and it is used when a slope is too steep or when there is no alternative method of preventing of soil erosion. So this is strip farming, and in the images then you can clearly able to see what a strip cropping is. And at the end we will discuss a windbreak. A windbreak is also known as the shelter belts. Shelter belts are the vegetative areas that are designed to reduce wind speed and provide sheltered areas on the leeward, the side away from the wind, and the windward, the side towards the winds and sides of the shelter belt. And you will clearly able to see what a shelter belt is. So these are the methods which are used for the prevention of soil erosion. So students, this chapter is finished now. I will provide you some exercise that you have to do in your notebook. I hope you are enjoying, and if you have any doubts regarding this topic, regarding this chapter, then you can comment on our WhatsApp group. Students, we will meet in the next class and we will study civics chapter 2nd. Thank you.